Playwrights Horizons launched a new public art series. It's a new piece by artist Jilly, Ballistic, who has described herself as New York City's most well-known, unknown street and subway artist. Her new work, now on the front of our building, is titled, "With Great Power Comes No Accountability."
With great power comes no accountability. I wrote that on January 31st in 2020, and that was when the first impeachment took place, but there was no removal. And I wrote it on a subway platform. I just tagged it. And several months later, when the pandemic hit, I think it was May, I just got this idea to use a dollar bill and write a little speech bubble. And at the time in May, there was only 80,000 deaths. So I wrote, imagine 80,000 of these, now imagine their bodies. And I put it on Instagram because I couldn't go outside and do it. But I always had those pieces in the back of my mind. And when I was approached, I was like, this is the time to make it big and make it public because it was supposed to be. So it felt right to do.
And as it was being unveiled, it was stopping traffic. And I found that really, really moving because it felt to me like it was what I think is the role of art ultimately is to get in the way of the routine. And I was watching that happen before my eyes. And there were a few people who actually had very personal responses to the work. People who had recently had COVID enter their own lives, who were very grateful for the clarity and lucidity of Jilly's piece.
To have people stop in their tracks and look at the work and, like you said, step into it because, it captures their eye, but there's something that holds them back to figure it out, what's happening here. And on some level, it speaks to them and they speak to it. And it's such a beautiful thing. For me, that's the theater, is seeing someone become themselves in a public space. Why I chose the dollar bill, because right now it's hard to conceptualize what's happening. 400,000 deaths in 8 months rather than over 8 years. It's hard to put that into something you could really visualize. And unfortunately, I chose the dollar because that actually is something people can visualize as stacks of money. Just to help people demystifize those numbers. We have to start telling stories.